This is as good as it got. Then it got far worse. Did you thought the game was boring?
I did. Especially in comparison to like what I saw last night. Like last night was an all-timer, so maybe unfair to compare. And there were a lot of dog games in the NFL yesterday.
Yeah.
The unders were, up until last night, the unders were 11-1. So all the games were going under. Offenses are way behind the defenses at this time of the year. And I said the first week of the season is actually pretty bad football all the way around. Just wasn't, there's just so few like big chunk plays in that game yesterday.
Well, they don't have to be big chunk plays to be entertaining.
Yeah,
I felt that this was a great chess match.
I think I like different things than you do because I don't know how anybody...
You just don't care for defense at all. Though.
Yeah.
No, it's
because
not.
That second half Browns defense.
Let's just say you're a generalized football fan and you only care about the entertainment aspect. You're not a real Browns fan or a real football fan.
If that makes me just the common folk, then I am the common folk. And that's the type of football I love. It's like we don't go to the Red Zone channel, for those that like Red Zone, to see dink and dunking. We go to the Red Zone channel to see explosive plays. Let's not lie. Let's not act like, we want 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
There wasn't explosive plays on defense from the Browns at all? I mean, 3 sacks on a series is pretty explosive.
Yeah.
That was safety out of it.
Yeah.
That was fun. That absolutely was fun. But all together, 2 possessions took up the whole first quarter, and it wasn't like there were big-time plays on those possessions. It was penalties. The Browns got lucky. They got a couple pass interferences.
They got 2 first downs off of it. Yeah.
And then the 15-yarder.
I'm not disappointed in you. I'm more disappointed in myself.
Why?
Because you've been around me for a long time, and if you're still this way, then I can't believe I haven't taught you anything about the game.
We can be honest. The Urban Meyer Buckeyes were way more entertaining than the Jim Tressel Buckeyes.
I feel...
They were both great.
But I'm talking about the Browns here. I'm talking about the Browns game.
But that was like a Jim Tressel type game more than it was an Urban Meyer type game.
Boy, I'm disappointed. I feel I've learned from you when it comes to basketball. And the fact that I haven't... Either you're so bullheaded enough, which I don't think that would be the case, or I just haven't gotten through to you yet. I mean, that was an entertaining football game yesterday.
Yeah.
To hold a great quarterback to 7 yards.
2.1 yards per run, that was entertaining to you?
Yeah. That was a car crash football game.
So Nick Chubb didn't entertain you when he was running for 5.5 and big 30-yard runs?
Yes. There's multiple ways a football game can be entertaining. It doesn't have to just be big circus catches and highlight big plays.
I got to be honest. I'm really disappointed in you.
Listen,
because
if you're not a ball knower,
if
you're just not a ball knower, then I don't know what else to... I wish I could tell you.
While we were watching Nick Chubb look like Jim Brown, that you'd be entertained by that, but apparently it was the 2.1 yards per carry.
Again,
and Jerome Ford busting out those negative 2 feet runs.
If you would just listen to me instead of just jumping to your jokes and making looks over at Owen all the time, then you would have heard me say, yes, there's multiple ways a football game can be entertaining, and Nick Chubb getting 5 yards a carry was very entertaining when he played for the Cleveland Browns.
But now that he's not here, we call the 2-yard runs entertaining.
No, I didn't call the 2-yard runs fully entertaining.
You're not entertained by Aiden Huntington getting into the game?
Yeah.
Huntington?
Yes. Aiden Huntington getting into it?
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me.
You weren't entertained by 7 offensive linemen on the goal line?
No, that's the antithesis of entertainment to me.
Well, then I feel really bad for our listeners.
I don't think that's
I feel really bad for our listeners.
I think that's what fans say of bad teams that are looking for something like hard-nosed football. Now, I mean, the Ravens have been able to play hard-nosed at times, and did you see what they were doing last night? It was up and down the field. It was awesome.
Great.
It was awesome.
They still lost at the end.
They did, in an entertaining way, because the other team was entertaining and even better.
I feel bad for our listeners, and I apologize sincerely to our listeners. For everybody who's listening, driving right now, I'm sorry, because they're not getting anything out of you.
Ken wants to see punting and ball control.
No, I want to see good football, and I thought yesterday, for the most part, was good football. I thought it was one of the better games, even though it wasn't a high-scoring one. They don't have to be high-scoring. Why don't we?
No, I could do without a lot of those.
You should just start a big thing and get the Gladiators back and go cover arena football. If all you want is scoring, if that's all you need is scoring to entertain you,
right? I think there's always a pretty good balance, but I just seen the way those two teams, like it was bend but don't break for a lot of the game defensively, and then just a lot of underneath stuff. It was just all underneath stuff, and now I'll never be entertained by that.
Now the listeners know to take you seriously when basketball season comes around, and until then, well, everything you say is going to be taken with a grain of salt.
This doesn't affect me, Ken. Like Ken thinks he's getting under my skin.
I don't
trying
think I'm not trying to
degrade
I'm just
me
telling
and
you
the
the
level
truth.
of football. When
I'm just telling you the truth.
I know that all of America agrees with me because none of the podcasts even talked about the Browns-Bengals game last night. They all said it was boring.
Yeah,
and it's only a Browns fan that could possibly say that because you have to hold your head up for something.
Yeah, but you're talking to Browns fans.
You have to have great. The Brown. What does that mean?
I'm not talking to people
Browns
in
fans have
Sturgis.
seen the worst football of any fan base in America for the last 30 years,
And so they know about football,
I don't think
'cause they've seen every single
maybe
kind.
we're not
Good
that
football,
credible
bad football.
because we don't see good football.
West Coast offense, North Coast offense, 4-3, 3-4, 3-4 hybrid, 46, bear defense. I mean, anything you can think of, Browns fans have seen.
And
it.
you're
talking to an advanced fan that has seen every single type of football. Yes, they know football. High school football is a big deal here. It's held in very high regard. You're expected to do more than just not turn the ball over in high school football here in Northeast Ohio. They have one of the greatest college football teams in the land, or right now the greatest football team in the land right now, just down the road. And then they have the Browns, and obviously we hope that the Browns do a lot better. I think that you are really underselling how smart a Browns fan is, considering they're mostly Buckeyes fans, and they're mostly fans of good high school football teams.
You listen to our callers on a daily basis and think these are smart fans?
It's only 1% of the people who listen. The callers are only 1% of the people who listen.
Maybe.
Man, I was on your side, Ken, until that.
Champions pose on that one.
1%. 1% of the people who listen call in. Less than. And I'm supposed to take that as the overriding sample of everything?
Some guys are taking their yard time and calling in.
Fine.
Ken, that game was boring. Come on.
It was not boring. I was quite taken in by it. How could it be boring?
I feel like you would just say that whatever happened.
No.
If it's a defensive struggle, that was entertaining.
No.
If it was a punt fest, that was awesome.
I was pretty entertained by the defense.
That was special
teams. They play a boring ass. There was plenty of boring ass games last year that they went through.
Almost every game was.
There was a lot of boring games. Yes,
except for when Jameis played in the snow.
Yesterday was not boring. That game, for what it was worth, was not boring. But when you're talking about America, I mean, there's a lot of goofballs in America who are just take it in and slack-jawed at the latest thing that they saw. Why do you think sitcoms are so crappy anymore? Because they make it for the base, borderline, bottom line person that's going to watch it. Of course, that's what a lot of America is. They just want to see high-flying and scoring. That's why we change the rules all the time for it. But when you actually see a good football game like what happened yesterday, you don't know what the hell you're looking at. I feel bad for our listeners. I will give you credit. I will give you credit.
Okay.
I am surprised you're being this honest. Because I think that this would work in Atlanta, where they're not as good as sports fans as Cleveland, or in Tampa, or in Houston, or Miami, where they're not as good as sports fans in Cleveland. But here, let me give Pittsburgh credit. There's good fans there. I got to give credit to where it's due. Detroit, Chicago, Philly. It ain't going to work here. Ain't going to work in those places. Boy, that's real good coffee. Let me go to the phones. 216-474-0092.
Just say it, Ken.
It's such a hipster point of view. Like, I just get it because I like it, even though the rest of America doesn't.
Just tell
like the rest of America.
Right now, Anthony, you're not a football guy, and you'll never be a football guy.
Being a football guy is enjoying that. Like 180 yards passing on average.
Anthony.
Like, no, that's never going to be something I like. You enjoy your punts. You enjoy your 2-yard runs. You enjoy your screen passes. You enjoy
a good screen pass.
You enjoy your dink and dunk and your swing passes out of the backfield.
I enjoy the chess match.
You can take that.
I enjoy keeping Joe Burrow off the field.
That was a chess match.
I enjoy keeping Joe Burrow off the field.
That was a chess match.
I enjoy Jim Schwartz finding different ways to make Joe Burrow upset and frustrated.
I like a good HG pull.
Did you like yesterday?
Oh, I enjoyed the hell out of
yesterday. And what do Owen and I both do?
Coach Little League football.
Both football
that's
guys.
What it looks like.
Both football guys.
Because that's what it looks like. Setting offense back 100 years.
It's amazing that the football.
This pass Little League.
My phone is blowing up. I have several high school football coaches texting me right now.
And what
Ken, you don't know how right you are.
Little League football.
And that's where you guys will stay.
Folks,
coaching Little League football and high school football.
Right now texting in.
I have a
coach Little League football.
I have a state champ. I always sound like, when I try to get things off, I sound like Will Ferrell on Saturday Night Live. I drive a Dodge Strip. I have a state champion high school football coach texting me right now, says your head's up your ass.
And that's why he coaches high school and never got the shot of college that he wanted.
Wow. What a shot
and he
that
will
was.
Sit there. If you're not going to use his name, that's fine.
I'm not going to say his name.
Of course you won't, because you guys are cowards.
Say his name.
You guys are cowards.
No, I'm not going to put himself. Yeah. I'm not going to put him on blast.
High school football coach. Anonymous high school coach.
State champion. He's got a ring. What have you done with your life?
You're going to be looking at
film. What have you done with your life?
Hey, you're going to be looking at film during study hall today?
That's a state title guy right there. What have you done with yours?
Yeah, better.
What have you done with your career?
Is he actually educating kids?
At least my kids have all their hair.
Anthony in Maple Heights, hello.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
I have to agree with Anthony. The game was boring.
You're not a ball knower then.
I went
Congratulations.
to sleep, and the Steelers won.
Steelers game was awesome. That had it all.
You could be a Steelers fan now.
I mean, if you want excitement, just go right on ahead.
No, their games
hand it over.
I like to say it. Steelers games have always been boring to me. They were entertaining yesterday.
Because they didn't play defense, so that's entertaining.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers was on it. He was rolling.
Peter in Eastlake, hello.
Oh, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Peter.
This is boring.
Was the game boring or
The
exciting?
call is boring already.
The call is not very entertaining right now. Was the game boring or exciting?
I mean, the game was exciting in the point that, like, we held the Bengals, who everyone holds their offense as, like, this is a top 5 offense. Hell, people probably assume that it's a top 3 offense in the NFL. We held them to 7 yards in the second half. And that should be very exciting, and it was exciting to watch. I couldn't believe it. And yet they still found a way to lose that game. Like, I don't understand how it's possible. Is there?
Sucks.
I feel like it's getting to the point where, like, when the Browns were disbanded and put on hold for 3 years, the CIA went to the NFL and said, we're going to run a psyop on an entire town. And for the next half century, the Cleveland Browns are going to lose a football game in every way imaginable. And we're going to test the psychological and emotional resilience and willpower of an entire city.
Peter, it's a great call, but was the game entertaining?
It was entertaining until we lost.
No, there you go. And that's what the NFL got. Thank you very much, Peter, for the call. And
Actually, it was an entertaining call.
And a big entertaining
started
call.
boring, and
turned
then it
it
became
around.
entertaining.
You start talking
Much
about
like yesterday's game. Started boring.
You start talking about CIA psyops. I'm in.
You got me.
That's the way that's going to go.